Hi everyone, this is Young Lee from Smart Art by Young Lee. Today I want to show you how I make eyes when I draw portrait. And the eyes are really very important features, probably the most important feature that make the portrait really similar to the reference photo or the person who is model for the portrait. Eyes shows the characteristics of the person and the emotion and the form of the eyes, the size, and also the color makes the person unique. I'm going to show you the angles of the eye, and I want to show you three different perspectives: the frontal, two-third, and the profile position. So basically, there is an eyeball inside of the eye and an iris inside. Of course, it depends on where this person is looking at. Maybe it might be looking up or looking down or left or right, depends. But now we are taking this eye which is looking straight front, so you don't see actually the eyeball per se. You don't see the eyeball obviously, but you can imagine if you see an eye, you must see through the skin, and through the socket there is a ball inside. Usually the eyelid is covering the eyeball, and eyelid is not only like a thin paper, it has the thickness of the skin. Here it's not visible much because usually covered with eyelashes, and you don't see much of the thickness. And the most Western people have double lid, and this double lid, someone has very big, someone has very thin, but it's belonging to the eye structure. And very important is the muscle. This eyeball is moving through the muscle. The hole for the eye is actually not that big, so that we don't see the muscles inside, which is holding the eyeball and moving the ball to see the surroundings. But if you want to have a look close, then there is some hint that there is also a bit pink color inside of the eye, and that hold the eyeball and fix the eyeball inside of the eye hole. Both sides actually, but this frontal side is more visible. And this eyelid and the muscles underneath of the eye hole, there is a muscle, it holds the eyeball. And as you see, there are some eyelashes underneath, which is inside of the thickness, the between of these two lines, there are eyelashes, but upper lashes are more longer and more intensive. They are not like a regular with a regular distance, so that looks more You shouldn't make a dull eye with very regular distance of the eyelashes. And the structure of the other part of the eye is also person to person different, but usually the upper lid is coming a bit lower, and there is some lines behind. So this is about the structure of the eye. So we have to analyze to draw eyes more logically and easy to adapt for every portrait drawing. So in my case, I divide the eye like three part. So it means the frontal area, the frontal part, and the part of the left side and part of that side. So from each part, I draw at the beginning the lines quite straight, like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Whereas the upper lid is more important than under lid. So, for example, when I draw an eye, I always draw usually the middle part first. You can either draw only the eye line, or you can make double lid at the same time, or you can add this later, doesn't matter. And from here you go to the left part, which has more opening here, and the right part, which usually has a less open. So here you can see inside of the muscle, and usually you have here a shadow because this is a part of the eye hole, the socket. And you will have the iris maybe a bit bigger. So 1, 2, 3. These are 3 lines that usually the upper eye line is thicker because it has more lashes than underneath. And now you can have the under. some hint of lashes and also some lashes. So mostly goes up, and upper lid is covering, is going down over the under lid. Something like this. So eyeball could be maybe this big, because its eye hole is here, the socket of the eye. The foam is usually always check that this part is lower than this, usually. The 2/3 of this eye, I would also start the middle part, but then this part will be shortened because it's turning round to the left. But this part, this right part, will be extended than this because we see this side more. So like, and this can also continue to go down, and this part will be shorter. This one will be short and then going lower, and you have to see this part and this part at the same time, and you will have the same double lid, which also goes disappear. And you also sometimes see the thickness of the skin. So here is the iris, and then just beside of the iris is pink. It means this is the thickness of the skin of the upper lid. And this part is also shortened, but you can see even better. Sometimes you only see iris, sometimes you also see some part of the white part of the eye. And there is another one which is a full profile. So you don't see this part. This first 1/3 part is disappeared. To the other side, you only see from the middle to the right part, and this make like triangle, like this. So this indicate the iris inside of the eye, and this means the upper lid, and this under lid, something like this. Actually, you still see sometimes a bit corner, but also not always. And usually it's covered with lashes. some profile portrait shows also the side, the other side of the lashes. The cheek and so on. So it was a very quick and simple tutorial about the eyes, which is depending on the position and your perspective as an artist. And I hope it was helpful for you, and I will have more tutorial about eyes again, because all time interesting and important features when you are doing portrait. So I'm coming again with another tutorial of the eyes. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in another video. Have a good day and bye.